Hey guys, happy Monday. I'm in my car. As you can see, I am on my lunch break, and the phone holders that I have in here, they get terrible angles, and the one that attaches to my vent, it doesn't want to stay up when my phone's on it because my phone's too heavy. So I'm just going to hold on to my phone, and hopefully I won't be too shaky for you. So I actually did a video on Saturday, and I was doing my makeup while talking about a very serious topic, guns. And I don't feel like I got my message across as much as I wanted to watching it back. So I probably will do a video on that a different time. I think that I should also write some notes down because I didn't write anything down what I was going to talk about. So I'll redo it. But I'm also kind of afraid of what kind of comments I would get about that. So instead, I felt this urge to talk about Steve-O, you know, the guy from Jackass, the crazy guy from Jackass. How else are you supposed to describe Steve-O? So I was watching Steve-O's podcast on YouTube, and he did a single or a solo episode with him and the guy. He always talks with Scott Randolph, and he usually has somebody else like in the background, and he actually had like a different person than normal. He actually had Skinny Vinny, that was his handle. So the episode that I watched today was episode 139, and I wanted to kind of talk about what I think about Steve-O, because believe it or not, I have actually met him. He did a comedy tour probably about 10 years ago, and he was at the Mall of America, which is about an hour away from where I live. And the guy that I was with at the time, he got us tickets, and it was a meet and greet. And I actually loved it. I thought it was hilarious. Obviously he's pretty over the top. That's just who he is. But once you get to know what kind of person he is, you just realize that you can't always judge a book by its cover. So Steve-O did his meet and greet at this comedy club, and he actually told everybody after the show that he would be taking selfies with everybody with his own camera, and then you go on his website and you take your pictures off there. So I do have proof. I could add it to this video if I wanted to, but I haven't played around with adding pictures to video yet. But I know that I do have it up on my Instagram. I posted it a few months ago. So if you want to go check out the video or the photo that I have with Steve-O, go to my Instagram at Taylor28Rose, and you should be able to find it. So, getting to the point, I just wanted to share some of my favorite things about Steve-O, and And then I also wanted to talk about the Bam situation briefly. So Steve-O is in his late 40s, and he has done a lot of fucked up shit, but throughout everything that he's been through, he's genuine, he's honest, he's transparent with his fans and his friends, and it just seems like he's willing to go above and beyond to be a good person. He talks about how he sold some of his books through Amazon.com, and people thought that they were going to be signed, and they weren't because they were through Amazon. So he actually went and he signed, I think he said he signed like a sticker or something that you can put on the book so it would be a signed copy. And he said that he did that, and he wrote everybody a personal message, and he sent them to every single person that bought the book for the pre-order. And he said he did that because people were upset that their books weren't signed. So I think that just shows how much he cares about his fans, and he doesn't care about the money. At least that's how I feel. Yeah, he does ads in his podcast episodes, but he explains in the episode that he's gotta make money to pay his bills. He's got other people that rely on him. So I understand that why he does the ads. I'm so happy that he personalizes the ads to the episode. So like if there's a really juicy topic coming up, he'll kind of tie it into the ad. I don't know. It's probably not as special as some people might think, but I like it. It's not just a generic ad like, hey guys, you should buy this product because it's delicious. And, they're probably reading off a piece of paper. I don't feel like that's what Steve-O does. I feel like he actually puts more thought into that. And I really admire that about him. I do not plan on doing ads for my channel. Obviously, I'm not a huge content creator, and maybe I will change my mind in the future, but he definitely is my biggest inspiration when it comes to just being the best person I can be. I feel like Steve-O he's one of my biggest inspirations. It seems like he cares about people way too much. And he's been sober for a long time. I want to say like 20 years or something. And he has always been willing to help his friends out with their own sobriety. And that's really admiring, because people who are addicted to drugs and alcohol, they're not the easiest people to deal with. And Steve-O 100% understands that, but he's willing to do what he can to, make a difference in people's lives. And one of the people that he's been trying to help is Bam Margera. So Bam and Steve-O are friends. I want to say Bam they were in a show together. What show was it? I don't think it was Jackass. It might be. But obviously, all of these guys, when they were shooting Jackass, they were probably all fucked up on drugs and alcohol. And a lot of them, as they've gotten older, they have gotten sober. Well, it's clear that Bam hasn't. And Bam has been on Steve-O's podcast, I think 3 times. I think I've listened to all of them. I've listened to at least the last 2. But it's interesting because the last episode that Bam was in on Steve-O's page, he talks about how he was sent. I don't remember if he was sent to treatment or if he was like held in a mental health facility or what. I'm sure, you know, they're not going to let you use drugs and alcohol in there. So he probably didn't use while he was in there, but it's clear now that he had been continuing to use after everything went down. Go listen to the episode. I'm not going to explain everything. But, so Bam, he has an Instagram. And he actually posted something on his Instagram a few weeks ago. And I believe it was bashing Johnny Knoxville and then saying Steve-O was his best friend, you know, all in the same sentence or something. And I guess Steve-O was pretty pissed about that. And he's sick of Bam's shit. And I read a lot of the comments, and a lot of people seem upset with Bam because it seems like Bam complains about things in his life, but then he'll blame other people. He doesn't blame himself. So I just think it's really sad that he's was kind of giving out the impression that he was sober. And Steve-O put it all out there for the world to see that Bam got fucked up after one of their shows and was acting like a complete fool. And I respect Steve-O for that because it's really hard to call people out on the internet, especially your friends who you've been friends with for so long. But after a while, if you really care about your friends, you need to call them out in whatever way is fit for the situation. If Steve-O were to continue enabling him and, you know, keep watching him do all this stuff behind the scenes without saying anything, Steve-O would just be keeping Bam sicker. And Steve-O's not about that. And I love that about him because sometimes you just have to speak up, you know? I met somebody in high school who was addicted to, I think he was addicted to cocaine and some other drugs. And I cared about him so much that I had to tell his mom, you know, what was going on. And I think he was mad at me in the moment, but years later he came back around, and I think he's still somewhat sober. I think he still drinks and smokes weed, but I bet he's thankful to be here. And we just need more people out in the world that will call people out on their shit and be transparent and honest and not sugarcoat everything, because everything is sugar-coated and I'm freaking sick of it. So, Steve-O, I think you are an awesome person. You're genuine, my biggest inspiration. I think you're badass and I'd love to meet you again. And keep doing what you're doing. So, I will talk to you guys next week. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye.